We are hidden right behind Album Hair in a green container. It's not on a main street. It's not where it's visible. People would actually have to walk around to the back of the salon through the alleyway to find it. So I am a hairstylist and also a food entrepreneur. What did you do during COVID and during lockdown? This is what I did. A lot of people have found out about Tong Mein through social media, word of mouth.
There was people looking for Tong Mein, and it took them over half an hour. It's almost like a treasure hunt. I don't think there is another hair salon that has a noodle shop out there. Here's Album Hair, and we're going to Tong Mein. Can't even see where Tong Mein is yet. Still hidden. Hi, my name is Dat Tran, and I own Album Hair and Tong Mein. Tong Mein is behind Album Hair, which is in Riverside, part of Toronto, Ontario. We serve noodle soup and chobo. The concept of Tong Mein is delicious, easy, nutritious. We have a beef bone soup broth. We have a chicken bone soup broth. We have our seafood soup broth, which is made out of lobster head, and we have a vegan soup broth. We have different protein options. We also have huge selections of vegetables. Our best-selling dish is actually the beef noodle soup.
Yeah, my customer is actually really surprised that there is a noodle shop in the back, but they assume actually there's a kitchen as well. And I go, no, sous vide and pasta boiler is how I came about with being able to sell it in the shipping container. So I'm making our signature beef noodle soup bowl. First, take the beef, we put that in here. So our beef is vacuum sealed with flavors, and it's not dried out actually either. And then we put the soup broth in. Then I get our rice noodle, because everything is portioned, so it's a lot easier to work with. So we're gonna make the bowls. So we have our spinach, broccoli, kale, carrot, cucumber, squash, sweet onion, green onion, cilantro, and alfalfa sprouts. And we have our thick rice noodle at the bottom. So we take our protein that's been sous vide already. This is ribeye meat that we use. I've been doing this for close to 20 years. It's just part of my mechanism.
My mom had a hair salon in Vietnam, and moving to Canada, she opened her own hair salon. I helped her out when I was 10. She asked me to shampoo someone's hair. And being 10, I couldn't really reach the scalp that well, so I was like washing like this, and that was literally my first experience in the hair salon.
When you get your hair cut, you're more revitalized, more energized, right? You feel refreshed. That's how I look about food as well, right? So my thought process is, how can I create something that actually will constantly improve, your well-being, your health, even your mental state?
Being in a pandemic, we were locked down, and I was trying to figure out how do I keep myself and my mental health there. So that's why I came about with this.
So I created the menu of Tong Mein, accessible here to all the clients. So our clients can order the noodle soup with the QR code and then pick it up in the back here, the container, and set up in the patio to be able to eat it.
I thought, opening a restaurant, the cost of it would, most restaurants are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And for me, purchasing a container was a fraction of that price. And that's how I thought of Tong Mein. If I can get a shipping container in, and I designed the interior to have the kitchen counter, the sink, and everything else, I can just hook up the plumbing and the electrical, and then I was in business. So we're on the way to the commercial kitchen to pick up the soup broth. I was born in Vietnam, in Saigon, which is now Ho Chi Minh City. I didn't grow up in Vietnam. I came when I was 5.5. We were sponsored by my aunt. Like every immigrant's trying to improve your family, right? My aunt thought we would have a better opportunity in Canada. Growing up, I've always loved to cook. I started cooking when I was 7. I was kind of inspired by my dad. My dad was also always cooking. So I thought, how hard would it be?
So we are at our commercial catering kitchen where we make the soup broth and where we prep all the ingredients for Tong Mein. This is Aaron, our chef, and this is Misha, our kitchen support. And over here, it is our lobster head soup broth. We have the lobster head from the East Coast. We have pineapple, leek, onions, celery, carrots. From here, we freeze it. And once that is frozen, we bring it over to the shipping container. When we open, we have all our frozen soup broth sous vide and ready to order. So this is my favorite soup broth. It's simple, but there is so much character and depth into it. Aaron and I came up with it. It reminds us of stuff we grew up eating. You know, pineapple is in a lot of the Vietnamese cuisine that is sweet and sour.
With the Southeast Asian community of, the noodle soup, there wasn't anything that was catered to more dietary restriction, people who are very health cautious. Having my brother-in-law who's severely celiac, my niece has severe nut allergy as well. I started to realize, what can I actually reduce from the soup broth that can make accessible to a lot of people who have dietary restriction. Growing up, my siblings, we just got along. And certain times we didn't get along. I think it's like every family. When my dad passed away, I had to take care of my youngest brother, and now he's a chef, and he's actually the person that helped me found the commercial kitchen that I got. I lost my dad when I was 16. He was a very simple man, and I think because of that, he taught me how to live a simple life as well, how I try to create everything around me to be simple. I think he would be proud, but I wish he was around. But if it wasn't for him not being here, I don't think I would have been the same person. He's almost like my angel. I feel like he's... Sorry. I feel like he's always been there looking out for me. I've learned not to have fear of death. And I think my dad made me aware of that. If you don't have confidence to try something, you would never know what you're capable of. I'm always just trying to push the envelope of where can I go. I feel very fortunate for others to share their experience with me. This is how I work with food. How can I feed you something that could help influence you to be more positive? How can I cut your hair to make you feel good? How can I feed you to make you feel good?